There has to be someone out there that's never busted. Someone,
of course, but it's
someone. Now, I'm not talking someone that has like the physical incapability because of being like a quadriplegic, or they were
right, or they don't have
it's limb differential.
Right.
There's got to be someone out there that just from toddlerhood was just inducted into some monk-like society.
Okay,
it's like you don't get to bust.
Well, not even monk-like. Like you and I were discussing someone that we believe
has never busted.
We believe they've never had an orgasm.
They've never in their life had an orgasm.
I think that they have.
Do you know who we were talking about?
I do. But
I don't think they have.
Let's take religion out of it.
Okay.
And let's take any sort of like physical
incapability out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think that there's how many guys are in their mid-20s that have never done that?
You mean the percentage, right? You're talking about
single digit.
Yeah, of course, probably
single digit.
Probably the singlest digit,
yeah,
right?
Low.
Then in their 20s.
Well, how would you not though? Like
sometimes you do it and it's not. You don't even you wake up and you've done it.
Sometimes like, oh, look at that.
So this
it's there.
A person that doesn't have a physical limitation.
Then they must have some low sex drive.
It's possible, right? Well, yes,
that was our theory about this person, is that they're asexual.
Yeah, they're
that
just
they
like
have no sexual interest.
This person tries to look attractive. I'm
every day.
Well, why do you try to look attractive?
To not bust.
Hey, I'm asexual. Look at you, Ariel.
Hey,
boom.
Hell yeah. And I'm bisexual. What's up, Brittany?
All right.
Yes. And
I love Cox. Look, what's up, Joseph Cox?
Good evening, Cox.
I'm an asexual. I'm looking at you, Hackman.
That took a turn.
Gross.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we're never gonna bust.
Ever. No one's busting.
No. But what I'm saying is there's that, as we were talking. There are definitely, and it's probably more females than males.
Oh, clearly.
Who don't have interest in sex, and then they just. It's all hard enough to make a woman have an orgasm when they want to
begin with,
right.
And then eventually you like in trying to work one out of them. So yeah, I'm still convinced you're correct. This person's never busted, and the first person that gets them to signs their name on that in ink.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
lifer.
There's going to be a real redhead wedding crashers stage 5 clinger. If you run, I'll find you. Type level.
Well, that reminds me of the SheLP that was discussing.
Yeah, great job, lady.
SheLP
on the Patreon right now.
I love the SheLP.
Let's do a little flipsy with what we're going to talk here. Let's just start with that.
Okay.
The SheLP, Kelsey, Steph, Brittany, Ariel.
Yes.
Who am I missing?
That was it.
That was it. It was a 4-way.
Yes.
4-piece? Okay. Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Hashtag forbidden chocolate.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah. A couple of them are down.
Also,
they are.
Ariel steering the ship like a goddamn broadcaster. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Framing.
Reframing, resetting.
That's the teacher in her. Now,
brilliant.
I had to figure out where to start it because I didn't know. There was like 2 minutes where I was like, is this it? Or are they just hanging out? We haven't started. So I'm like, you know what? I decided we're gonna start now.
Yeah.
So there's some parts that you didn't make it?
Oh, there's 2 minutes
on the cutting room floor.
Yes. Where they're just like, all right, are we doing it? And I'm like, I think we need to step up the intro song that they gave me, Brittany. It's really not going to lead into like 2 minutes of just, hey, how's it going?
Shooting fucking
It needs to come out. So we got right to them speculating about what's going on. And
right.
For a maiden voyage, though, I got a tip and a hat, man.
Job.
No, I mean, really, you did all the work for us. You recorded it, sent it off. Please do another one. It sounds like they're going to be doing a follow-up with some, as Brittany puts it, cliterature.
Yeah, they're going to take one of Erica Woodworth's smut books.
It's called the Sexy Book Club.
That's Sexy Book Club.
And they're going to do a little review.
And
I'm going to read it, and I can't wait.
Hey,
and we're all going to bust to that.
Here's something
we're all busting
that you just found out before the show. Justin is in the process right now of reading erotica. 3 simple rules.
I purchased a second book too.
Hey,
4 simple rules.
It's called The Cum Slum.
Hey, I'm done. I read it.
You read
finished
3
the
simple
whole
rules
thing, dude.
Kind of. Okay.
Did you skim it?
No, I didn't skim it. I have Audible. I have
maximum. I feel like an audiobook is the best way for this.
Well, wait till you hear about how this one was read.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that.
All right.
Because if
by a man.
It's a woman who's doing a man's voice, and goddamn does she not stick the landing. Please,
and then
Joe.
He told me to suck my cock. And I got so hot. And it's like she's doing both voices.
So that doesn't work.
Okay, so let me
You need 2 voices for something like this.
Of course, yes. So, by the way, the 3 rules, I was asleep. I missed them. I missed the rules.
The rules and 3 simple rules where never question me. Okay, this is complete like control and manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Rule 1 is never question me. The man is saying this in the relationship. Rule number 2, if I ask you anything, you have to answer honestly. And rule number 3, that pussy's mine.
Right.
You don't get to bust without me giving you permission.
He has to say, she's literally like saying, am I allowed to bust? He's like, no,
you don't get to bust.
And she's like,
I have a different rule.
Hey,
you're encouraged to.
My rule is
please.
You're not going to bust.
You can do it immediately.
It's not happening.
You can do it before I get there.
Yeah.
Is that just
Actually,
I'm on the way.
You should do it before.
I have a rule that's almost a promise. I'm going to bust.
Yes.
Every time.
I might bust
Every time.
Before I even get to where
Do you know how
Yes.
good I am at busting?
Oh,
I
so
am
good.
batting 1,000
So good
at
at
busting.
it. Yes.
So-
It's amazing.
You don't have to be good at it.
Ever.
You don't have to be
It
attractive.
will happen.
You don't have to be awake.
You're
you could just
disgusting.
be alive.
It sounds like the not is it Dan Soder who's got the joke that like women and men are like women look at being with a man like buying a car. Can I try it out? How long is this going to last me? Should I drive it around a little bit? A man is like it's like a parking spot.
Yeah.
There's an opening.
Yeah. Does the car run?
Yeah. And then he follows it up with, "Ooh, it's a handicap spot. Hope no one sees me."
So this book, let me tell you how it starts out. Now, remember, it's written by a woman, clearly for women, right?
Sure,
That's who the audience
now,
is.
how did you get into this again?
Joe did a story about men being shockingly in a survey more romantic than women.
Okay.
Overall, more romantic and being more into erotica than porn, which had me scratching my head, but it led into
I don't
erotica.
believe it.
I don't believe it
was just
at
a
all.
story, but
I
that was
said,
it.
where did you go? Did
Yeah.
you ask everybody on UC Berkeley?
It was menserotica.com.
You asked nobody in Montana, Georgia. You definitely were in some blue states. So we got the idea of like, why don't we read women's erotica based off of the Erica Woodworth stuff? We asked for suggestions, and
we also looked at like reviews.
We looked at reviews.
One,
this Nikki Sloan 3 Simple Rules kept coming up.
Okay,
being like,
that's
read
the
this,
one.
read this, read this. We read it. Joe got it day of, and on the way home
because it was Audible. So I literally I got it immediately.
Right.
And as I'm driving, it was an hour drive. By the way, you know how long the book is to read?
35 minutes.
8 hours.
Okay, to read. I mean, to listen to.
Listen to it. 8 hours.
8 hours.
8 hours to listen to it.
Did you get aroused at all? Did you get a little turned on
I mean,
a little bit?
Yeah, it's hard to not get worked up,
Did your
right?
ass get wet?
It's hard to not, but I didn't
You didn't
do anything about it. Yeah.
All right.
Like I got to set this down and go crank.
Down the road a little.
Of course, yeah.
Right.
I mean, it does, but
Right.
also it's so fucking ridiculous that I'm also
You couldn't get out of that.
I'm laughing,
Right.
and not only am I laughing, also remember I'm on the morning show, so I wake up at 3, then I'm exhausted, and then I'm listening, I fall asleep.
So it's kind of like sex with a woman. You're turned on and she's laughing.
Right.
She's laughing her ass off.
Yeah. The book is me, and I'm the woman.
Yeah.
Right. So here's how it starts out. She works in some sort of, I don't know if it's publishing or marketing.
She works in an ad agency designing graphics.
Yeah, that's it. That's right. And she screws up on this graphic, and it's a $10,000 mistake.
Oh, no.
Now, let's go back just a little bit before. The only scene before, she is with her best friend, Peyton. They all have great names. You know,
Of course.
Peyton, Logan, Evie. Those are the...
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Peyton is sexually just wild. She's also an escort.
Okay.
She's an escort that recently pulled off a $40,000 month.
Now,
she makes 40
seems like a good
grand a
month.
month selling sliz.
Yeah.
you know what else?
I've never made that much.
She loves her job.
Can't
Yeah.
get enough of it.
Okay.
She's in the safest environment there is
Yeah.
with so many rules and 19
Right.
different safety regulations.
And only men that are just taking their 401k and giving to them.
Only
That's
men
the
you
only
see in
clientele.
Fortune
But-
magazine.
She seems reasonably priced, though. I mean, if she's working, I don't know, night she's working,
Well,
but 40 grand.
Well,
40 grand for the month. And this woman, Evie,
1,500 a night.
she describes herself as very average looking.
Mhm.
Herself, she describes that her
Yeah.
friend Peyton, very
Essentially,
exotic
yeah.
and big breasts and fat
Yes.
ass and all that, and she's very mousy,
Teen
basically
Peyton.
unremarkable.
very
Yeah.
very
Right.
Sarah plain
And
and
then
tall.
her sister Eli.
yeah, hell yeah.
But when she makes this mistake at work, she's like, I can't lose my job. She tells her boss, I will pay to have that mistake fixed, and it cost $10,000.
Gotcha. And so now she's going to be an
She
escort.
goes back to her friend and goes, I'd like to be an escort for one night.
It's a lot to make on your
And for
first
that
night.
one night, I want to make $10,000. And you know what her friend said?
Done.
No problem.
Easy.
Okay.
It'll take you one
Okay.
guy to make
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
So now she goes back and she's like, and she has to check off the things that she's willing to do.
Oh.
Oral, 69, hair pulling, spitting, toe sucking.
At some point, I remember watching one of those the Vegas ones. The brothel used to have the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
the
Bunny
Ranch.
Ranch. It's like she wouldn't do oral. I'm like, this is like you're a prostitute. This is like pretty much basic stuff.
It's really the second thing to do.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes,
it's like what am I? Is my fetish to bang my wife? Like,
do you remember the monies? Do you remember the monies from that show too? I do remember some because
Air Force Amy.
I watched this with my dad. My dad and I watched Bunny Ranch on
Let's
HBO.
bond.
After that was awesome, right? Look at this sweat hog.
Who would you pick?
Give me some Jergens.
Yeah.
The guy's main. I remember he called her his Clydesdale.
Yeah.
And was hurtful because she was like 6 feet tall. I remember how much she made at the end of a night, at the end of a busy evening. How much in real life this woman at the Bunny Ranch made after she paid out the guy her cut and she had to tip the bartender because there's a lounge.
Okay.
And this is what she walked with.
This is what she walked with, cash in hand
for one night,
one evening.
I mean, I am guessing it's got to be like, what's it, $2,000, $3,000,
$6,000.
She walked out of there with $1,600.
All right.
$1,600 after fucking numerous men.
Oh, numerous.
No, this was at the end of a night
of
work.
Okay.
If you work at a high-end, like a nightclub or something where you're doing bottle service, you're probably making $1,000.
Probably making $1,000.
Yeah.
We'll get to when they start getting into the negotiation.
So here, real quick, she then has to audition. It's almost like if you ever watched Casting Couch.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. She goes in there, the guy gives her the menu. She's like, I can't do anal. And of course, her friend's like, you'll make a lot more money, right? Now, clearly, eventually, she definitely does anal. She does everything you can do.
We're in, it's an 8-hour read.
As the story goes on, right? You run out of things to do, right?
Britt writes that woman at the Bunny Ranch, that's some budget butt. No, that's about going rate, okay?
Yeah.
I really got to tell you, some of y'all are overvaluing yourselves. I'm on OnlyFans quite a bit.
That every time I've had sex, I've had it for free.
Yeah.
So it's not that hard.
Well, a couple of friends that I do know.
Count the mental suffering.
True. Actually, that's not true.
Yeah.
Right.
You do pay a psychological tab.
I'm down 800,000
when they get into the monies here, you go, Jesus Christ.
The guy's like, all right. I agree to your terms. One night, $10,000. You owe me 2 of it. Just $12,000 to fuck this girl.
You mousy fucking
who describes herself as basically a 6.
Yeah, how about this? I'll give you $75 and a basket of chicken tenders.
Yeah. Okay. So now, but of course, the only way he's willing to allow her to work for him because he respects his product.
Yeah.
Of course, she has to suck this guy off.
And this is again written by a woman for women.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, and first thing I'm like, is that what women fantasize about? So she sucks off the pimp, right? But he's a high class pimp.
He's a high class. He's very nice.
He was wearing a suit.
It's an audition.
Yeah. He was wearing a suit like Randolph Rice would wear.
Yeah.
I mean, it is fantasy. Like I like John Wick, but I don't fantasize about just going on killing.
Right, I get that, but I do think this is a different thing where you want to try to get lost in the
right.
Okay. So now
I take notes during John Wick.
So now, by the way, she's blind. She's supposed to be blindfolded during the whole experience.
That's this guy's thing.
So no,
it's the club's policy.
The club's policy.
Oh,
yes.
So
the anonymity.
Discreet. Okay.
He can't see you. You can't see him.
We know a certain kicker didn't have that going for him.
Yeah. Okay, so now all of a sudden the guy comes in and he starts banging her and he's a fucking amazing. It's the greatest sexual experience of her life. She's fucking loving it. Lifts up. We're in the chapter 2, right?
Yeah. Before you get to this, the money. Sure. The woman comes in and she has a sales associate in the room with her, like a fucking car dealer. Mm-hmm. That's going, all right, sir, we have this special dish tonight. You can see her latched to the bed. Mm-hmm. So any position change is clearly out. It's missionary or nothing.
I like that person's job, by the way.
You have $12,000 for missionary with a 6.
You have this nervous 6.
That's your first time doing it.
Never done it.
No anal.
Exactly.
Nothing. There's nothing on the dry erase
board. Graphic designer.
Awful. Yeah, she's a real...
What am I banging, Robbie?
Real clumsy. Oh, wait.
Sorry,
hold on.
Robbie.
We're way getting ahead of ourselves. As she's walking into her first night at work and her only night, she's greeted at the door by someone that doesn't want her to do it. Someone stops her.
Of course.
It's a man that loves her but can't have her.
Oh,
because she's already married.
So he's mansplaining.
It's this guy.
He's the evil one.
She's had a crush on and he's had a crush. They've had crushes on each other, but he can never truly be with her because he's with this other woman, but secretly pines for her.
Of course.
This is some chick level shit at a Chernobyl degree. They tie
He's out
this
in front of the brothel.
in front of a
That's
brothel.
where he is.
Are you gonna finish it?
Oh, fuck yeah. So they shackle this fucking cutlet to a bed. And the saleswoman's going in there. It's like, ooh, one night only. We have the rarest cut of steak here. How about we start at $20,000? And the guy comes back. And the woman here, by the way, is listening. And he goes, how about 9? Less than fucking half. Which gotta fuck yourself, Steve. How about 9? So he's like, okay, no, sir. How about 17? 10. I think we could probably meet at 15. 12, final offer. And the woman on the bed goes, yes. Like she's like, let's fucking do it. And sure enough,
it's good money.
He does what all men do to a prostitute, a very basic act. He eats her pussy, which never has happened ever.
And then
can I give you a massage?
Never. Can I rub your body sensually?
Here's 12 grand. Can I hear about your day?
Can I? Yeah, there's $20.
Tell me about a dream you just had.
Yeah. Show me your Etsy homepage. Oh, I'm dying to hear about your sister's scrapbooking business. What dull shit happened to you at the bakery today with the fucking fondant?
It's getting real. It's getting real, Justin.
Yeah, sorry about that. So this guy is slamming away at her. I mean, just laying huge.
By the way, the other girl's still in the room.
Oh, she's in there with a fucking pad and paper. Like,
the negotiator never left. Okay,
get the fuck
and
out
the
of here.
negotiator gets
That's the gig I want.
The negotiator gets so worked up.
Yeah.
She gets involved. Okay.
Well,
So
he sees
back
this,
to Joe.
the oral happening. Yeah.
The blindfold gets lifted up.
Yeah, and it's her boss from work.
The one that
of course
made her
it is.
pay the 10 grand.
That's right.
This is like a pornographic Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Right, dude. But the sex is so good, she doesn't care. That
Of course.
This is clearly a huge violation.
Well, she does care at first because
how do you tell that to HR?
You don't.
Okay.
She lifts the blindfold, or he does, and she says, and I quote, no, 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 no. As I attempt to scurry away from him, he goes, I don't think so, and keeps fucking. Which at that
I
point,
hate that Joe thinks that she gave consent there
we're
with the 12 no's.
getting into sexual assault territory.
I mean,
to Joe's point,
I'm on the fence.
To Joe's point, 30 seconds later, he's like, no, 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 never mind. Go ahead. Keep wrecking it.
No way I'd say no.
No way I'd
By the
say
way,
no.
and his cock is bigger than Tim's. Okay, that's
yes.
She won't
Shout
stop
out Ariel's
describing the girth on this thing. It says,
and it's also black, even though he isn't.
he's got.
No,
my
by the way, he's
girth
definitely fucking her.
certificate.
He's wearing a fucking $5,000 suit.
Nice.
You know,
the whole time.
Yes.
So that's as far as I got in the book, but Joe took it all the way to the
So
end. And he spoiled it.
Of course,
and I started laughing.
I'm going to give
fucking
the
hard this morning.
I'm going to give you
We're
the
spoiling. We're spoiling.
Joe's new friend of the year is this smut book.
They keep fucking. They fuck every way you can possibly. Everything you've ever heard of, they're doing. Okay, he doesn't. He doesn't shit on her. That's pretty much where it stops.
Doesn't pull the McMahon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, Peyton is involved in a threesome. It's his birthday. And everything happens. Okay.
I think she's made up for her mistake at work
now. By the way, he's fallen in love with her.
Of course,
okay?
How could he not?
How can you not fall in love with this librarian?
He's fallen in love with her.
This dumpy zilch.
Okay, but did I mention he's a marathon runner?
Yes.
So he's running a marathon. This is the last, and he runs it. Now his goal is to break 4 hours. That's his goal.
Yeah.
And he does. And he does it.
And then his goal is to have sex for 4 hours.
He has other plans.
Yeah.
He runs 4 hours. He breaks it. His brother's there. They're celebrating. Whatever. He goes, excuse me. Walks over to her, gets down on one knee, and proposes to her.
She's all sweaty.
They've known each other.
Drenched. His muscles are knotting up. He can't get back up after he's on one knee.
Where did he have the ring? He just has it in his
holding it the whole time.
The brother had it.
Oh, this is Zale's
jewelry box the whole time.
It was in his mouth.
Oh, by the way, the ring they describe, it's
the size of a planet.
Yeah. So
it's the same mistake she made on
Oh my God.
So by the way, it's 300 pages, and all they've done is fucked. And now he's in love with her, and she's a 6, and he's a 10. By the way, he's got some corner apartment in fucking.
He's so elitely wealthy.
And of course she says yes. Now I will say one more thing. They're in bed in the what do you call it, the epilogue or whatever. And her friend Peyton, the slut, calls and she goes, I need to come and talk to you. It's important. She gets there. She's upset. She goes, I've been fired from my job. Like, she's really upset because, it's hard to get another job.
She's been booted from the whorehouse.
Feels hard to get fired from that, too.
Yeah.
So. And the reason she got fired has to do with Logan.
The boss.
The guy.
The boss, the love
is
interest.
Is this setting up for a sequel?
And it ends.
Okay.
It does.
Now,
No,
by the
it's
way,
a continuation.
there
There's
is a
apparently-
It's a ball hanger.
There's like,
there is a sequel.
well, so hold on. What happened to the guy Blake that was spoken for and she pined for?
Yeah,
Did
Blake
they ever hook up?
No, Blake shows up at her place
Okay.
when Logan's there.
Okay.
That's such a Blake thing to do.
What
And
a
Blake-
Blake ass thing
and
to do.
Blake-
Bitch ass Blake.
And Blake, he professes his love to her,
Balake.
and she says, "I'm sorry."
No. You run a marathon, motherfucker?
Sends him on his
Yeah.
way, and of course,
5K ass looking bitch.
Logan's like, "Do I have to fucking beat that ass?"
Because by the way, I'm a black belt in Shotokan karate.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So he leaves, and then of course later he goes, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I asked my fiance, who I broke up with, to marry me."
Okay.
So he wasn't married; he was dating.
He was dating,
and so then he got engaged, and her and him, they reconciled, and they were friends.
dude.
So everything
Of
works out.
course.
Now, Joe, a few months ago, I think 2 months ago, you came on here. I don't think you were here, Justin.
Okay.
And you talked about you watched the movie Footloose.
Yes.
And then you broke it down. And then I don't know if you know this. You're on BAL like
Okay.
the next night,
Mhm.
literally the next
Correct.
night. And you run out of things to talk about. And he does 30 minutes on breaking down the movie
Hold on,
Footloose.
that's not true. I did an hour.
Hell yeah.
I broke
I
this.
bet you popped a 20 share.
Dude, it
What
was
a
the last
bastard
hour,
Lithgow was.
Listen, I'm on BAL tomorrow,
Yeah.
and I look.
Are you going to talk about this
and
smut novel?
Yeah.
I know, but I will talk about. I will do the Jake
In a
from-
small town where no one was allowed to
Yeah.
dance, all amazing dancers.
Hey,
Yes.
the Jake from State Farm thing we talked about.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that on
Dude,
the air.
after a while, man, you run out
You're
of
just
shit.
regurgitating our
I'm
bits.
talking if it's funny. And
Are you
it's
going to do a real or
interesting,
fake black comic stage
yeah,
name?
I'm doing the Chris Steve-O
Yes.
memes or whatever.
Right.
Okay, so I looked at the schedule. There's like a State of the Union from 7 to 8. I only have to do 3
And then
hours.
you can talk about
sick.
that.
Hell yeah.
So
Can you
it's
talk
like-
Super Bowl?
If I
Can you
can,
talk Justin Tucker?
I am going to talk Justin Tucker. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It's like it's every
This seems like
issue-
an easy week. though.
It is an easy week, but you know,
Yeah.
you're like, all right, the
18-game season
border, the
proposed.
trans issues, the tariffs, like you know,
It sounds
everybody-
hilarious.
Everybody's talking
Yeah.
about the same
Wow,
thing.
fucking right.
Yeah, all the T's.
Yeah.
Trans, Terrace, Tucker.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I gotta
God.
sit on
The
there and talk
worst
about it.
tease.
Worst show title ever.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: the
Not a show title.
Yeah, no.
3 hours, it's the 4 hours, 4 hours by
Yeah.
yourself. So
Yeah.
if I have something
It
that I can
sounds
just
like
be
the worst job. of
funny
all
or
time.
interesting, and it doesn't have to be about
If
tariffs.
Footloose hits the fucking spot, it hits the
Whatever,
spot.
and I'm just
Yeah.
trying to be as interesting and funny as I can possibly be because I mean, what do you want to hear about the tariffs?
You know, I can give you the fucking playbook for a fourth hour when you need one. I'm telling, watch that movie I suggested this morning how bad it was. Watch
Oh.
Amelia Perez, nominated for 13 Oscars.
Yes.
I
Mhm.
saw it. I
Yeah.
told them this morning. One of the most dog shit films I've seen in 5 to 6 years.
I've
This
heard
will
nothing
give
but
you
bad
an
things. And then
hour
the
of
one
stuff to
star is
talk
getting
about.
canceled now.
Let me
Yeah,
make him
today.
guess.
Yeah.
What does it have for the audience reviews? It's got the most Oscar nominations, 13.
like
What-
65%.
What did less?
43%.
Less.
18%.
Nailed
You
it.
just fucking nailed it.
It's got
Jeez.
80% critics, 18 audience.
18. They're like it is. And here's the thing. I think Justin described it
I'm
perfectly.
gonna pull the song up.
Whatever they
I have
were,
to.
they missed it. Whatever they were trying to do, they missed it by about
Well, I know
3
it's
years.
got Zoe Saldana. It's
She's
got
the
a big
only
star.
watchable thing.
Yeah.
Okay, it is also nominated for best song
Mhm.
in like a musical
Okay.
category. Would you like to hear this fucking song?
I would love
This
to.
is at the 2025 Oscars.
By the
Okay.
way, before you play it, I wanted to win.
It has to win.
It has
It
to win.
needs to
It
win.
needs to win.
Anybody that was involved in the movie 2004 Crash is going to feel fucking vindicated
like,
after
yes.
this piece of shit. Okay, here we go.
To men,
Man to woman.
from penis to vagina. Is it for you?
It's a Bussy song.
For me.
What would you like to know about it, madam?
I want to know it all. What is the protocol? The techniques and the risks. How many operations? How much time do you need?
Mammoplasty,
Yes.
vaginoplasty,
Yes.
rhinoplasty,
Yes.
laryngoplasty.
This is the
This
most
is
fucking
real
Hand to
life.
God,
dog
I could
shit.
write that song.
Evan
Now-
could write this song.
Do you guys play St. Vincent on 98 Rock?
We do. They cleaned up.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm not familiar. And I was like, I didn't think you played it.
A
But you
little
should-
bit
it's a
at
rock,
night. Yeah,
it's
7
best
7 p.m.
rock
on.
song or something.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
makes
got it.
sense.
I
Okay.
need you. You should watch. You should watch Amelia Perez, and that will give you A movie that
God.
tried to please
I'm not gonna watch
literally
Yeah.
every sub demographic that you're
And
like,
then
hey,
pleases
look,
nothing.
and they were all pissed.
Yeah.
I'll spoil it for you. A drug
can't.
lord.
Yeah.
And the movie takes too many turns. A drug lord who somehow gets away with a murder case, even though he's killed 20 other fucking people.
Yeah.
Goes, here's how I'm going to do witness relocation. A witness, whatever that, where they hide you. He goes, I'm going to be trans. I'm going to get tits. I'm going to get a jawline shave. I'm going to become a woman, and they'll never find me again. And then in the middle of it, grows a conscience about everything that he's done. So
Sorry,
my apologies. Goes, I'm going to reunite all the families with the bodies that I created when I was the drug lord, because I'm a woman now and I've grown a conscience. And they make this person out into be a fucking saint through the power of song.
She's martyred.
She's
the power
martyred.
of song.
The power of song. This former drug lord, now I just needed to hide myself by attaching tits and a wig. By the end of the movie, this person is literally being carried down a Mexican city street like a fucking saint.
Like a
They're
hero.
holding this
Classic
character up,
Mexico.
and people in the trans community are like, we don't get vaginoplasties and breast enhancements to hide from the law. This is like how I feel inside, so I want to live the real me. I'm not doing it to hide from U.S.
I didn't
Marshals.
shave my head to be down with baldness. I'm on the FBI most wanted list.
Yes, exactly. I didn't get big old juicy D's to stay away from the
here's
FBI.
the thing.
Here's the thing. Let's take a break and hear from our wonderful sponsor.
Yes, please.
Welcome back to the DLP agenda.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm currently hate watching a show. God, to watch another show that I just am not enjoying.
What's it called? Young.
I'm watching younger. It's got me. I am hate watching it, but I do. It does. It's got me. It's got me.
It's got
I keep telling you to watch the Jackal. You can see some good.
Yeah, I gotta watch
killing.
I gotta watch the Jackal. What's it on, by the way?
Peacock.
Okay,
I'm episode 3 in the Lioness. It's fucking great.
I love
yes,
Lioness.
love Lioness. Love it. Japan. It's coming up.
Update. So myself,
When is it again?
Sean Gabbard, and Larry Poon, Tony Graysick in real life were leaving April 12th and coming back April 20th. So we're gonna be there for the better part of a week and a half. Joe better have some fucking villains lined up. So we are meeting in about 2 weeks to get together and go, all right, what's the itinerary of what everybody wants to do? So I want to make sure everybody gets to go. And I'm kind of leaning on them. I went 2 years ago. I want you guys to experience everything you want to.
Yeah.
The only thing I have to do is I want to see a sumo match.
Yeah.
I fell in love watching every night. I would go back to the hotel room and just turn on. It would either be some game show I didn't fucking understand, infomercials, or sumo.
And that's a must go,
It's
I would think. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you know how a true sumo match works? I did not know this until it was described
I think
to me.
I'm right that two people basically one has to just throw the other out of the ring, out of this circle.
That's the match itself.
Okay.
The match itself is 3 to 4 seconds long. It's these two fucking titans that get together at this ring right there on the line. And once they make 4 points of contact, foot, fist, it's fucking on. And these guys will walk around and they'll fucking glare at each other and they'll throw salt on the thing and they'll stare and they'll get down.
A lot of intimidation.
Foot, fist, not ready yet. And they'll get up. They'll do that shit for 45 minutes.
Oh, really?
They'll try and psych each other the fuck out.
You're making me not want to go see it.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
It sounds awful.
Yeah.
And then I by the end of it, I'm a foot away from the screen. Like, when the fuck is this going to happen?
Yeah.
And it's somehow excited. The crowd, even when the guy backs away, like, no, I'm not ready yet. The crowd's like, yeah, fuck yeah. None of us are ready. And then finally, it's just, yeah, you want to do it? You want to do it? Hand down, boom. And just some guy gets sent out of this ring. It might last. I think like the longest sumo match lasted like 18, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
But just to see the pageantry of it. Plus, I do want to go to one of these arenas where I have to sit in a foreigners only section.
Yeah.
Oh, why do you have to sit there?
Because they don't want
foreigners.
They don't want foreigners sitting with them.
Hey man, that's how we're like in the good old US of A now.
Right
We don't
now.
want foreigners.
No, there are arenas where it's like you can buy a ticket to this. You have to sit in the foreigners only section.
Is it like a shittier section?
Yeah.
Clearly. Do they have foreigner food?
They don't.
Can you get chicken tenders?
You get chips and salsa there.
Do you have to drink out of a different water fountain?
Oh, yeah, I got separate bathrooms. I'm telling you, I told you when I got back, I went to that Kyoto tea house where like no foreigners allowed. You weren't allowed in. And when I asked the tour guide, I was like, well, what happens if somebody complains? They're like, they'll assign a tourism attaché to hear your complaint. They'll come out and they'll meet you and they'll take you to the business and they'll point at the sign and go, this is why you can't get in. There's a sign there.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, well, what if I want to? Well, you can't because there's a sign there. So
Wow.
look at you and look at me, and you don't get to eat here. So
I wonder why. I wonder
complaining?
what that is.
They're homogenous as shit.
Yeah.
They are. The country's 97.5% Japanese. There is next to no one. It's such an impenetrable society.
Yeah.
It's fascinating how both connected and isolated they are. So I want to do sumo.
What does Sean Gabbert want to do?
Sean Gabbert is fascinated with his fucking samurai. And it sounds actually kind of sick. I want to see it. We're going to go to Tokyo to Osaka, to Kyoto. We're going to take a day trip to Osaka. And
these are all train rides or
these
whatever?
are like, we're taking the bullet train called the Kozomi, which is like
that sounds
300 mile per hour fucking maglev train. It's awesome. I bought us tickets on the Mount Fuji side.
Nice.
But we're going to go to this village or something where a samurai in the year 1300 fought off like 40 bandits with a fucking oar. And they have this oar in this temple, and it's just hanging there.
And you guys are going to go see
and
it?
we're going to go see this oar that this bad motherfucker fought off. It was like, it was his day off of being a samurai. I was like, oh, God damn it. I'm not a samurai again until Monday. Gave me that oar and fucked these dudes up. Sean told me the story, and he got me hype as shit.
Okay, all right.
Now, Larry Poon.
Yes.
Tony Grayson has something
he wants sushi.
Wants to do.
Karaoke.
I'm going to make you guess.
I think
will give you hints.
He wants to go to like some live game show or something.
Okay, it's not a game show.
No. Does he want to? Is it something to do with food?
It is food.
Okay.
He wants to eat something that's alive. It's the Wuhan market.
Does he want to? Does he want to eat food off somebody?
No. Actually,
off of you.
Should we? Yes, I'll put some barbecue on my dick. Yeah. Eat some shredded cabbage out of my ass crack. But it is food. I'll give you a hint.
I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on.
Oh, get it out.
Okay.
He's allergic to Japanese food.
Yes.
We don't need to go to Japan for this.
Okay. He wants to eat a Japanese McDonald's.
You're getting closer.
Oh.
Okay. American fast food restaurant, American chain in Japan.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll even give you a hint. We don't need to leave Maryland.
Okay.
Royal Farms. Let me.
Does he want to go to Outback?
You are fucking dancing.
Oh, we're
around
almost
it.
on it.
You are.
Applebee's.
I'm telling you, you could reach
TGI
out.
Fridays.
He wants to go to TGI Fridays. He is fucking hell bent. I'll pull the chat up. He is hell bent.
Is he being serious? And of course, you know what you guys are going to do?
1,000%
You're going to
serious.
fucking go to.
You're going to go to TGI Fridays.
We're fucking going to TGI Fridays.
What do they serve there?
I don't know.
I mean, there. I know.
I don't
they
think you
serve
just
here.
go look at the menu.
Yeah.
This is from 12:07 p.m. today. I'm up for whatever you guys want to do. We should map it out. I just need to check a Tokyo TGI Fridays off the list. 3 days prior. Let's get together if we can over Zoom if we need to. Prefer to get together. I expect to eat as much local food as possible with the exception of TGI Fridays. He needs to go to fucking TGI Fridays.
Does he eat there? Does he eat TGI Fridays here? Is it one? Okay.
Hey,
so it's one of his go-tos.
Exactly.
So
he has to find comfort.
Yes.
We famously have a friend, Tim, who goes to Las Vegas where they have 30 ridiculously outstanding steakhouses, and he goes to the Outback Steakhouse. But is he sure that there is a TGI Fridays?
He's already found it.
He's found it.
He's done.
Did you need to make reservations?
We're taking the bullet train.
What if it's the most popular place
the
there?
best food I've ever had.
Yes.
It's definitely going to be the cleanest TGI Fridays you've ever been
into. What if it's like really expensive?
Yeah, this is one of those things where
you just let them have it?
throw caution to the wind financially with this thing. Even though the Japan trip I took last time wasn't expensive outside of travel.
How much would be too much for you to say, look, I get it's like a bit here, but just for your portion, no alcohol, just food.
Like, I'm not spending more than $100.
Okay, so you're willing to spend $100
to make my friend happy.
Jack Daniel's ribs,
for endless fucking apps.
Yeah,
it better be endless.
Yes.
Have you ever had this Jack Daniels?
No, they're both good.
They're
awesome. I famously
rocking.
in Hartford, Connecticut, with the hotel was connected with it. TGI Fridays. I went there 5 times in 3 days. Mac Bergson makes fun of me.
Yeah,
open till midnight. Serve food, or not open till 2. Serve food till late midnight.
Scott Bergson ain't kidding either. No tipping in Japan. They take it as an insult. They get pissed if you try and tip them. They get mad. They take it as an insult because the money that they make must not be good enough. So you're taking pity on them with more money.
I won't tip.
No, I'm not.
Here's the rest of my food.
All right, here's my rest of my disc.
Yes.
So any more meat on the bone before we move on from SheLP agenda, which we kicked it off with. I'm just proud of them.
Yeah,
it was
awesome.
super pervy.
Yeah, I loved it.
I would like y'all to talk about more about us, but that's just okay.
No, as long as they're talking about how they like to bang, I'm all for that.
And the boxes they check.
Well, that's true. Sexual.
Kelsey's making big money in that 3 Simple Rules Club.
Oh,
my God.
she is.
Kelsey, box, check. Need some of y'all in that group check
welcome
couple boxes.
Welcome to the Brown Pony Club.
Yes, Willy Wonka's Kelsey Factory. Yeah, big fan of all that. I loved it. I loved it to death.
I'm in a good mood today because I played golf for the first time in several months outside. Real golf.
Oh, you did?
Oh, real golf. Yeah.
Yes.
There's just been the weather's been shit.
Weather's been shit. There, I had a tee time last week, and they said nope. Course is still, even though the weather had gotten better, there's still snow on the course.
It was like 50 degrees today.
Yeah, and it was still a little muddy and stuff. But because we've been playing simulators so much, I was kind of concerned. Like, is that going to translate? Like, in theory, it should translate, but also like
there's no wind, there's no light in your eyes.
And I was immediately struck with how the stance is never this great. It is wind.
The simulator you're always completely flat when you're standing too. So yeah, the elements have to have an impact.
But I hit it pretty well. But I will say I shot 87, par 70. So, but this is how fucking lazy I am.
Dude, 87.
No, I did.
Yeah, that's
I was
awesome.
happy with it. But I had 3 triples. So
I could promise you I would hit 150.
I agree that you would. So this is how fucking lazy I am, though. So it's cart path only because of the course is muddy. Meaning you regularly you can just literally drive your golf cart to the ball.
Yeah.
Right. But here you got to go on the cart path to a 90-degree angle and then walk. So I kept ending up on the opposite side of the cart path, obviously. So it's the par 5. I had 2 good shots. I'm 85 yards away. It's going well. I'm having a good round. And I see where my ball is. I think I'm unimpeded. I walk over there, and now I realize I have this fucking tree branches in my way. But the branches are definitely in my way. And I'm like, well, I have a pitching wedge. I could probably just go over it or maybe go to the right. I really should get a 7-iron because I can go low and line drive it. But that would require me walking back to the golf cart.
Yeah, you're not doing that.
And keep in mind, no one's behind me.
Okay.
And there's people up front. There's one group a little slow, so I'm gaining on them. So it might actually be in my best interest to slow down a little bit.
Take your time.
Because I'm going to be waiting either way.
Sure.
I say, nah, we'll just use this club. Hit it. Hits the fucking branch, bounces back.
No.
So then what do? Obviously, I go back and get the right club.
No, you don't.
Nope. I hit it again. Hits the branch right fucking back. So then obviously I go back. I tried again 3 times. I hit the fucking branch.
The fucking branch.
The third time it got
consistent.
The third time it hit it and it just impeded it, but it went forward. But now, and then I'm too close for this club. I don't get another club. Again, I'm lazy. I get a triple on that fucking hole. I'm like, why? Why not just fucking walk?
If you would have
40
done that,
feet,
you probably would have saved at least 1 stroke, right?
Oh, no.
Probably...
I would have been at worst bogey, and I got a triple on that hole.
Oh, okay.
And I was shooting my third shot. I could have got a birdie.
Yeah, you could have shot an 84.
Yes. Damn. Stubborn Robert. Thank you. It's just fucking stupid. So anyway.
Hey, who knows?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got back out.
I got back out.
You got out there today because you're not going to be getting out the rest of this week.
The weather looks shitty as well.
Dog shit.
We'll be back at the simulator.
Scott Bergen's ready to play because
I'm fucking ready, Scott. I've gotten better. Let's do it, man.
Ready to go?
Yeah, Scott's amazing.
You take yourself to a little lunch afterwards, a little bite to eat.
Well, last time Scott played, we hung out, got drunk, went over to trivia with Joe and Katie. We had a whole night of it.
Oh yeah, we won, right? Did we win?
About 6 months ago, 8 months ago, something like that.
So
we did. Yeah. Anyway, so I, with my friend Captain America last week, I forgot to tell you this. I tried a food that I've never tried before.
Okay,
and you could probably guess it, Joe, because there's been several. We've been out several times where you have offered me this food. And I have.
Okay. Yeah, I think I know.
And I've said no, and I've said I've never considered it when you asked me.
Pretty common.
When she asked me, well, it's pretty common around here.
Okay. All right. Crab cake.
Oh, I've had millions.
Okay, million crabs. Okay.
Is it sushi?
No, I've had sushi.
Okay.
With you.
Yeah, I thought so. I don't know.
Calamari.
We've had sushi together several times.
Yeah.
Calamari.
We have you have ordered this in front of me 20 times and asked me if I want
oysters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you like them?
I did.
Yeah, oysters. I love them.
It's the mouth feel. They don't taste.
I was
gross.
worried about that.
It's just you find a chick that's into oysters, and I'll show you a chick that's on the SheLP agenda.
Yeah,
well, that's
my friend's into oysters. And
it's bust.
So at Middleton's, where we used to do
Mhm.
easy trivia, you could get it was an oyster shooter. How much did they were like $2, something ridiculous.
This wasn't. They were in the shell, the half shell.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
weren't.
And
the
it was
shooters.
the whole oyster in this cup and a shot of Natty Bell.
We would go to
Scott says, yeah, they did do oyster shooters at trivia, but
the,
I
the
didn't.
Ren Fest does those. And before I
Yeah.
started hooking up with you guys and going with like Sean and Tony and whatever, I would go with the Waldorf fellas. And Dave would pony up at this bar
Yeah.
and would just all day, just oyster shooters. I mean, to the point where every time he would get sick in the park.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he was horny as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God,
I love throwing up with an erection.
yeah. It sounds so hard, but so nauseous.
Yes.
Just, a shot of
good
beer,
combination.
shot of a Ren Fest oyster. Ugh.
Yeah, this was just you little undo them and then
Yeah.
Now one I put on a cracker and little of the fucking
Oysters Rockefeller I can get down with.
accoutrements.
When it's
Yeah.
got all the cheese
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the shit on top and the salt. That I like.
I just put cocktail sauce and lemon on it. That's all I need.
Yeah.
All splash,
Go
yeah.
back.
Yeah, we did that. We had some.
Like
There was other
clams.
stuff,
Fried
vinegar-looking
clams I
thing
can
or
fuck
something.
with all day.
Yeah,
Dude.
or fried anything.
Let me tell you something, man. They sell fried clams at Heroes over here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know where else you can get them.
Cocktail sauce.
Fried tartar sauce.
I'm a
Okay.
cocktail sauce guy.
And I take those clams out.
But still,
Oh,
It's been a while since I've
real,
had some
real
fried
good. Yeah,
clams.
yeah.
There's a somewhere stuff. Yes.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
You get the sweats afterwards after you eat too many. Speaking
Yeah.
of which, have you used your sauna?
It's right over there.
I'm looking
What
at
are you
it.
doing? You've
had it
done
for
the hard
how long
part
now?
I have to read how to attach. Here's the thing. I'm telling you why it's like that. So
It's set up to be sat in, but the water thing tang isn't connected.
when you were out,
Yes.
I was like, well, I'll just call Eric and then he can help me set my sauna up. Right. Because I don't know how to do all that shit. Right.
Okay.
And then he couldn't do it. So Tommy did it.
All right.
So now I'm just waiting for Eric to come.
Yeah.
Whenever you're out or you're out.
Hey, Scott just sent me the photo of what you guys did, the shooters.
Oh,
together.
yeah. There's
You
a
said
lot
that
of
So-
Maddie doubled your order last time. Yeah.
It's just water in that tank.
I
You
don't
have
know.
a hose that
There's
goes
some-
from that to that.
Yeah, but
little
there's another
out
thing that
spout.
goes in there, and there's another little plastic thing over there.
Okay.
I got to just read how to do it.
I'll
but
take a look at it when we get done. I
Yeah.
will not be any of help, but I will
No,
look at
we'll
it.
No,
figure it
don't
out.
look at. I mean, I can
I don't know
figure it
what
out.
I
this
bet
is.
we could figure it out in 30 seconds.
I have an owner's manual. I can just read how to do
There's
it.
only one thing to connect it.
And then there's another white thing over
All
here
right.
that goes inside of it. You got to put water in it. And there's electronics
I bet
in
we
there.
could
that you have to-
figure
of
it
course,
out.
we could figure it out.
There's a
but
new sauna talk out on the.
Yeah, episode 3.
I haven't heard it yet. What's
hot-
it? More
You know
I
what?
don't know. More
conspiracy theories?
How about-
conspiracy theories.
Well, how about we play? No, we won't play a clip of that. But
we got another Patreon
we
episode.
did have a conspiracy theory. We could have combined them, sort of. But we were on Last House Laughs Count Anywhere. We talked about the. Let me make sure I mute this fucking thing. We talked about. I was asking about, do women have like a sexual desire to bang pro wrestlers? Because do they make it too weird? And anyway, here's a clip.
Do you think the allure of the wrestler isn't as much as like, I get that a woman likes a professional athlete, but like, you're banging some hot soccer player. You know what he is, what he's about. He's this wrestler. You're like, is he trying to play to the crowd? Is he doing moves? Is he selling it too much? Can I trust that he's enjoying it?
If we only had a Ouija board to talk to Justin's mom. Shout out to Big John Stud.
Yes, absolutely.
I miss him so much.
Yes, don't we all?
That would be good. That's the storyline. Justin that's the reason he didn't get into AEW, because there's a child of Big John Stud.
Yes.
there. There's no bastard of my dad is coming here.
Classic.
yeah.
Yes.
God.
Classic story of my mom going to, I believe it was Hershey Park, to meet the stars of the WWF.
Okay.
And then them having a house show during the day. Afterwards, Hershey Park. And
the
Big John
full
Stud
day.
took a shine to my mom. And my
Yeah.
dad went off with some friends. And hours later, mom returned disheveled.
Your dad was there.
My dad was there. It was a group.
That's horrible.
My mom was the wrestling fan. My dad enjoyed wrestling, but my mom was a wrestling
Okay.
fan, and she wanted to go
She
meet
also
the
loved
stars.
giant cock.
Love huge men, huge, powerful men that could keep her safe.
It's a combination
Yeah.
of the two things she loved.
Yeah.
Man,
throb
now
stud.
here's the thing: do you look? Obviously, your dad probably doesn't look back on that memory too fondly.
Hates when I bring it up.
But what about you? How do you feel about it? Are you indifferent? Do you like it?
Beaming with pride.
You love it.
Beaming with pride.
Well, let's talk about that because I was wondering about that because I think it's cool.
It's had some. I've been vaginal canal wise.
Yeah.
I have shared a space with some Hall of Fame cranks.
You guys were the same size as when you came out.
Same size as a baby. I was the same size as on the way out. He was the same on the way in.
She was used to it.
Yeah.
How about this? I'll give a scenario or something, and you tell me, would this make you feel proud of your mom or shame?
Okay.
Pride or shame?
Okay, pride or shame.
So,
By the way, which mom? Anyway, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I have two. Go ahead.
Your mom is on the set of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Mm-hmm.
She bangs Paul Newman.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, pride.
Okay.
Swelling with
She
pride.
bangs Paul Newman and Robert Redford.
Like a Eiffel Tower?
No.
Covered
Separately.
in pride.
Separately.
Pride, oozing with pride.
Pride.
Okay. She bangs them both at the same time.
More pride.
Okay.
Yeah.
Justin?
Shameful pride.
Okay.
Yeah.
She bangs them both and one of their horses.
That's when we get to shame territory.
Okay. No,
Shame territory. Okay. Beautiful Mama Mayor. Who came up just so heart-wrenchingly on the last Rob pod. So know that I feel terrible asking about this.
It's okay.
But there she is. She's there. It is Pro Bowl weekend. Someone flew her in Hawaii. Okay. And it is Mama Mayor.
Oh boy.
And at the time it is and I know these guys are from slightly different eras. Okay, slightly different eras. But Deion Sanders or William the Refrigerator Perry.
Not too far. They could
somewhat little bit of overlap.
I got pride for prime time.
Pride for prime time, but how about the fridge?
God,
the fridge that I got pride.
What if
Pride,
what if she banged him in the mid 80s? That's awesome. Right after the Super Bowl
fresh after a game, didn't even hit the showers.
My mom told me about
she goes around the world.
Yes. She did the Super Bowl shuffle. So my mom told me about like sneaking in somewhere in California, Stanford, and seeing Martin Luther King speak.
Okay. Oh wow.
I'd have pride for that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Of course, he banged everybody.
Yeah.
So.
Did she see him?
And the FBI knew.
Yes.
Speak one-on-one.
Wait to dime his ass.
So
out.
how about this? I know we have more of this, but I was thinking about this. Your mother, she's on her deathbed.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, this really can only apply to you, Rob. So I apologize.
Okay.
And right before she passes, she goes, I would need to get the secret off my chest. I had sex with a horse. Do you tell it on this show?
No,
I do.
I don't. Okay. I first of all, I don't believe it. I believe that she's having delusional death thoughts, and that maybe it was a jockey or something.
Right.
Okay, I can't.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Joe Robinson's mom, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Deathbed. She pulls you close. She goes, "Hey, I need to tell you something your father doesn't know. I fucked somebody in Fleetwood Mac."
I'd be like, "Woo."
Okay. There's some good answers in Fleetwood Mac, and there's some bad ones.
What are the bad ones?
Yeah, they're all good.
John McVeigh.
Yeah. I mean, the ones you don't know.
Yeah. I mean, ugly motherfucker.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Mick
Fleetwood's
also ugly.
Mick Fleetwood. Lindsey Buckingham.
He's good looking.
The chicks are good looking.
Yeah. And Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks. There's
okay.
definitely some.
Yeah.
Now you've got the level of like, wow, you hooked up with somebody in Fleetwood Mac. You found out if she hooked up with John McVeigh. That'd be like having sex with the bassist from Depeche Mode.
Yeah, that's true. That's
pride for you for that.
Okay, now that I'm a Depeche Mode fan, yes. Which is another true story
Reach
about
out and touch mom.
All right, let's
my dad took them to the concert and let her on the bus. He hates talking about it. Yeah.
She has sex with everyone in the band, the Rolling Stones.
One at a time, or
over like she's on tour. Over the tour, she bangs them all. Pride or shame?
She's a groupie, essentially.
Yes, she's a groupie.
Okay. Then I'm going to give you one.
Okay.
Pride.
Okay.
Pride. Okay.
The Stones?
Now I'm going to give it back to you.
All right.
It back to you.
Okay.
Same thing. She either has sex with everyone in Led Zeppelin or one member of Smash Mouth.
Okay. That's too easy.
Zeppelin.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Either they're running a
Gonzo,
train.
All right.
John Paul Jones.
Zeppelin's running
Jimmy
a train.
Page,
or someone's walking up in her son. Okay.
Vanilla Ice.
Pride.
Shame.
Are you kidding me?
Shame.
You have pride for that?
Shame.
Fuck yes.
Okay. All right.
Shame.
Millie and Vanilla.
Pride.
Millie, I'm okay with. Millie,
all right.
No.
One of the Menendez brothers.
Oh, that's fucking pride.
Right.
They were good looking.
They were handsome.
I'd
men.
rather her
both Menendez brothers.
I prefer
both than just one.
Yeah, one at a time.
I'd rather her bang the guy with hair
Yeah.
if I had to choose.
Gotcha. Sure.
Because I think the one without hair is also the one that was accused of molesting
Ronald
the brother,
McDonald or the Burger King. As long as he's eating Wendy's.
Okay.
Or Grimace.
I have shame for that.
Shame.
All right, Kato Kalin. OJ's always in the news.
Shame.
God, he was
D- at his height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Pride.
I think I'd go Pride
Yeah,
too.
probably
Okay.
Pride.
Part of one of the biggest
I'm trying to
moments
think.
in
It's hard for
pop
me to.
culture.
I need shame because all this stuff
Okay.
is awesome.
Okay,
I mean,
you find Mama Robinson, big
Yeah.
news fan. She's like, I slept with these two men, Larry King and Wolf Blitzer. Which
I mean, I know it's horrible. Pride.
Okay. All right.
okay.
Michael Dukakis.
Shame.
Now you got
Shame,
me.
you
Yes.
fucking nerd.
Yeah,
Shame.
yeah.
Shame.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
All
Yeah,
right.
Walter Mondale.
Carrot Top.
Pride. Probably Pride.
Shame.
It
Is
depends
he
on when you
pulling out
ask
props
me.
the whole time?
Yeah. Hey, look what I found in your pussy.
This
Yeah.
guy still has a
What?
fucking residency in Vegas.
He's doing the
Carrot
bit. He's
Top.
doing the bit with the fucking
Yeah.
handkerchiefs out of your
Yeah.
mom. Oh my god, the expandable dildo, like it's like a slinky.
All right. And nothing. He didn't get violent with her, but Ted Bundy.
Oh, she had sex with Ted Bundy, but she just was a conquest sexually.
Yes.
That was Pride.
Pride that he didn't kill
Pride
her.
that she
Her
survived.
pussy was so good.
He was like, you know what? No, this is too good to murder this woman.
Yeah,
This
I mean,
is
like,
too good.
I mean,
Yes.
he did not kill her. What do you think
All right.
that means?
Oh, Edwin has a good one.
Good.
Pride or shame, the original Jake from State Farm.
Oh, new Jake from State Farm, I'm okay with. Old Jake from State
No.
Farm,
Yeah.
I'm
dumpy.
No, I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the new Jake
No, he's
God.
getting
for
his life's too
sexual
well.
conquests.
No, I don't want her to be blasted
I mean,
that hard.
I guess pride is the wrong word. Everyone that you're saying, if I
Yeah.
found out that my mom, God rest her soul,
Yeah.
that she fucked the original Jake from State Farm, that would be awesome. I would definitely
It's
like
hilarious,
that.
but it's not pride.
But
But
I
Paul Newman would be pride.
but I like it.
Yes.
So-
I like it. Yes.
So no, even Jake from State Farm, I'd like it.
Yes.
So does that mean that I mean,
Well, I
I'm
guess there's
happy
three
it happened.
categories.
I guess you're right. Pride is a different thing, but I'm glad. Like if I had a choice of having it not happen, I would have
Right.
preferred that it
Okay.
did. Yeah.
All right. What about she has sex with Mama Cass from Mama and the Pop?
Yeah.
Oh,
She was pretty disgusting.
that's gross. Yeah,
Yes.
shame.
Yeah.
I
But
give
it's a
shame.
woman, and that adds a whole element to your mom's
and
sexual
she
history.
also, everyone knows her. Pride, probably Pride.
Okay.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
Probably Pride.
all the leaves are brown.
Okay, something's brown.
Yeah.
Chris Burke from Life Goes On or Warwick Davis from Willow.
Okay, wait a minute. You finally got me.
Okay. Shame. Shame.
No,
Okay.
if she had sex with,
All right.
with Corky, I was definitely shame.
Pure pride. Pure pride. They're progressive as
I mean,
Wow.
because
Right.
that's, I believe, can Corky consent?
Yeah.
He probably
Oh,
can't.
dude, he was whip crack smart. Now, what about Warwick Davis?
I mean, Warwick Davis is awesome.
I mean, he was at one point.
Yeah.
I mean, he was God. Everything I've seen him in, he was in all the Star Wars. He was in.
All
He was the Leprechaun.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
him.
Okay.
Oh, Ariel's saying Kirk McEwen. So,
Oh, wait a second.
Pride.
I assume that's the Kirk she meant. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Oh, shit.
God damn.
Okay. Yes. All right.
But Josh Pride.
Pride. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
yeah.
To survive that encounter, that's a Ted Bundy like type
Please.
thing. Yeah.
Stephen Hawking.
Oh shit.
You
When
mean
he was in college?
while things were not going well
yes,
for him?
yes.
On
He
the
was,
island?
Oh, that
he was
is-
on the downside.
That
Yeah.
is pride.
Yeah.
That's pride.
Yeah, I would love that.
All right. All
Okay.
right. Vern Troyer, says Scott Berkson.
Yeah, Vern Troyer. God,
I got
he is-
shame.
Hulk
shame
Hogan?
for that.
Larry Hogan.
At the same time.
Same time.
So who would I be more proud of?
Pride, shame.
Probably the Hulkster,
I'm
right?
feeling pride for each.
Yeah.
Say
No,
your
if you're pride
prayers.
for each, but
I
you're,
feel
if I
pride for
if I
each.
had to pick one,
If I had to pick one,
Yeah.
I have a feeling that Larry Hogan is a giving lover. I have a feeling he is very
Mhm.
romantic.
I want Hogan to do this thing with the ears when he's behind her. Yes.
What you gonna do
Yeah.
when his dick runs wild on
Yeah.
your mom?
Yes.
Okay.
He always rips his shirt off.
What do you do
Yeah.
with this 4.5-inch dick?
Yes.
Yeah, his tiny little mole covered penis. Oh my God.
My mom's the only one alive. Hope you don't listen to this.
Oh,
So,
I hope
yeah.
not. Hope she did listen to the Rob Pod though.
Oh, I haven't broached that
You
with
should
her
definitely,
yet. so.
definitely let that
I
fly.
think
with her
I
at
your
will.
some
mom's on a
point.
Patreon. Hey,
Yeah.
here's what you do: say,
Oh,
Mom.
Edwin says Caitlyn Jenner / Bruce Jenner. I would like both.
God, that would be
I would like the
great.
double.
Pride and pride.
I
Oh,
would have
Jim
pride,
Vern,
yeah.
Ernest, fucking pride.
Oh, yes.
Dude, if I
Yes.
could go back in time and have Jim Carrey
Mhm.
and Ernest double up on a loved
Yeah.
one,
I would
1,000%. Oh my God, I'd walk in and run back out to make them snacks.
The Rob pod.
Yes.
So what if you went to your mom and said, "Hey, Mom, there's a podcast I really, really want you to listen to."
I mean, she would listen.
And you play her the last 6 minutes of
No,
this.
and then you say, and yeah, you say, "There's a podcast I really want you to listen to."
It's the GOP agenda.
But it's $5 a month.
It is.
So
It's like,
can you,
this means a lot to
Yeah.
me because I celebrate you, not just as a mother, but as a person.
I need you to go to patreon.com/Rob and Joe or slash
The
DLP
GOP
agenda.
agenda. Although
Yes,
it is currently free now. You can listen to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Cool.
Yes.
Very
No,
cool.
Never mind.
Yes. But I could, or I could also just give her the audio, email it to her. Like there's a way around.
I'd rather
Joe.
get the.
You know what
Hey,
else?
our numbers have been going up. So
Yeah, they
thank,
have.
thank
Thanks-
you, everybody.
thanks, everybody.
Appreciate you.
with the thank you very much. I've noticed that also. It means the world to us. The solo series will continue.
Yes.
The GLP ladies, if they're going to happen to get into a second episode, I'm going to
They
give you
are.
a little
They're
bit of a
already doing
homework
it.
assignment, not just literature and whatever else you guys have planned. I'd love to get their thoughts on what we're going to talk about here before we kind of wrap things up. Penis picture etiquette.
Yes.
Because I heard a story about someone who will go unnamed,
Right.
send someone a pretty gnarled fucking tree root looking dick pic that was not asked for. And just being like, this is gross, and the lighting was shit, and where you're sitting was awful, and be like, this isn't great. And I asked the person, like, is there such a thing as a good dick pic? And they said, yeah, but really, the male form isn't anywhere near the female form. Nowhere near as far as like, ooh, look at that, I can't wait. So the etiquette in doing so is what I haven't set one in. I don't know.
It can be
5
unsolicited.
presidents.
We know that.
The unsolicited never fire a shot
got to
across
be
the bow.
solicited.
There needs to be a do you want this?
Or can I have this? Maybe
if
you're being
it's
requested.
Yes. If that's the case and those boxes are checked, but never fucking fly blind with ones.
All right.
It never works.
What if? How much of a picture do they have to send you that makes the dick pic allowed to be sent back?
Oh,
Like they can't just be in bra and panties.
No.
They have to be.
Well, the nipple has
something has to be.
Yeah.
No,
exposed.
a speculum would be used in this photo.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking stirrups.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sure the ladies will tell us. Now, what I do, my move is assuming I know them on Instagram, which I usually do.
Write this down here.
And I go to Instagram on my computer, and then I pull up a nice photo of them.
Oh,
It's
that's
just them.
Oh, that's cool.
Not with their kids in them or their family.
In the
or
lower
their dog.
right-hand corner, it's a
Exactly.
family reunion at a
Right.
picnic.
They're not at some rally for cancer. It's just a hot photo of
Nana's
them.
got a huge plate
Right.
of potato salad. Your
And
balls
then
are
I'll
in it.
make that my screen, and then I'll get myself to the point where I am sort of over their
Oh, I gotcha.
like face or body.
Man,
It's
So,
you
exactly.
and them.
I'm
You
putting
are
that in their
getting
head.
me in
Yes.
this state. I'm
Right.
looking at you to
You,
inspire the
exactly.
condition that is now in
Imagine how
smart
hard
play.
it could be if I saw you naked. This is just a photo of
Oh,
you at
my
the beach.
God.
Yes.
That's a nice move.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
kinda
good
smooth.
move.
Do you ever place it just
I
so
did
like
that with-
covers their head?
I did that with Portland girl. Yes,
Okay.
I cover their. Yes, I give them googly eyes.
You said it right by their
Yes.
mouth.
Rob, I got $500 if you take a dick pic and send it to someone you're interested in and you put googly eyes on your phone.
Okay.
If you put, and I mean, I'm telling you, go to Michael's and get 2
Yeah.
fucking googly eyes
Okay.
and put it on your cockhead.
Yeah.
Show it to me for 3
Well, it'd be
seconds.
All right.
hard because the angle,
Yeah,
you'd
that's
have to
true.
be.
I have to get a side view or something.
You got to
Maybe
really
look like
hey,
a-
let me get a
You're-
thumb
you're-
forward.
Now I need Air Bear Productions. This is a 3-camera shoot.
Oh, Ryan's got you all set up. He'll
Yes,
light it up
lighting.
well.
Hey,
Yeah,
Ryan,
ring light.
you know that thing you did with Justin? I have my own special coming out.
Yeah, put a
Yeah.
little top hat on
Yeah.
it.
5 camera.
Yeah.
Are you less mad as a woman if you get an unsolicited dick pic, but the thing has like a little scarf on?
Yeah.
It looks like you actually Sharpie on the
Oh,
Harry
that's
Potter
adorable.
scar.
Yes.
It's cute. You stick like a couple of gummy arms on the thing.
Mhm.
I think women like creativity, right? Brittany's saying that.
The
yeah.
effort.
Yeah, what are the
It's
women
effort,
saying?
Yes.
What are the women saying in chat? I can't read it from
There
here.
is
Are they
a
down?
photo that
Mhm.
Mike has on his phone. Scott has on his phone, and I'm praying for their phones to crash and delete their fucking SIM cards. This must be 10 years ago where I placed my balls in the feet of a Mr. Potato Head.
I believe
And
you.
they land perfect. And then as I was sitting like this, I wedged 2 of the plastic arms and I balanced the eyes on top of it. And then I had Mudge in much cooler times take a picture and I sent it to both of them. And I kind of zoomed out a little bit. So for a second, you're like, the fuck am I? Oh, that's his balls. And to this day, I don't think Scott's ever laughed at anything harder I've ever done when I sent him Mr. Nutsack. So something like that,
Mr. Nutsack.
it's gonna mitigate a
Is that
little
the
bit
show
of the anger.
title?
We'll
I
root
don't
up
think we
something.
can. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than Triple T thing.
Yeah. Yes. We're not
But
doing
yeah,
that.
to the ladies, because we're simple folk.
We are.
Educate on the next SheLP. What are you looking for? Not looking
Yes.
for. No one wants to see
Yes.
sack. It's
Right.
disgusting. There's no such thing as good
Or
balls.
just get permission from your husbands, and we'll just send you some
Dick
photos.
ratings.
Yes.
Dick ratings.
Yes.
Yeah, let us
Yeah.
know if you like them.
Yes.
Let us know if you're into it.
Mhm.
Okay, we'd love to send them to you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for everybody that's re-signed on for the Patreon.
Thank
you to
you.
all of the new listeners to the Patreon.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for understanding the last episode that we did, the ladies in the SheLP.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Kind
guys.
of swam around in a little bit. Everybody adhered to
You
my
did some
hey,
good
let's
guessing.
let's leave it there thing. Thank you.
And thank you all for the comments on Patreon regarding that episode. It's very sweet of all you, and you've all reached out in different ways, and it's lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are the best. So continue to spread the word. We have shows 13th, 14th, 15th. We're going to be the DC Improv February 13th. We're going to be Jimmy's Famous Seafood Valentine's Evening. No
Yeah.
better way to get lost in
Yeah,
love.
bring your loved one.
Jimmy's,
Yeah.
please pour the thing in.
Let's do it.
And then on the 15th, we're going to be at the Bright Box in Winchester, Virginia. And then on the 17th, I take off for spring training. I need you to write me like 20 fucking questions. I got no idea.
No
what I'm
sweat.
doing.
We got
All
you.
done.
Yeah. So thank you all much. DieLaughingProductions.com. We'll see you next Tuesday.
See ya.
From DLP Agenda.